Good morning. This is Dr. Lori Baudino. I'm excited for this live call today as we're talking about back to basics, all of our children getting back to school and helping your family have a nice transition back to school. I hope you had a wonderful summer. And, I've heard from different parents. Some parents think that they would have loved to fit in another trip, or it was just the right amount of time, or it was too long. So hopefully, no matter what it was like, you are ready to get back to school. And so we're going to talk about mindset. This is so important, not only to model for your children, but we want to get their buy-in too. We want them to be as excited about school as we are to get some of that much needed space and back to that routine and organization that can be so helpful for our children. So today, let's start with thinking about that mindset. Starting school is a really exciting time. I actually see it as like a holiday. We spend a lot of time during the holidays and birthdays making plans, right? Setting up the house, decorating, and having a lot of fun. And so I want you to think about that as a way to get back to school as well. For those of you that haven't started school yet, you might decide as a family, either as you and your spouse, or if it's just you as a single parent, how would you celebrate getting back to school? Some of the ideas that I've seen and used myself is decorating with balloons, using flowers, thinking about setting up their favorite meal in the morning. You might think about putting a banner up or putting confetti everywhere, just making it a lot of fun. Back to school signs, their ages, right? A lot of people do those pictures that the child holds up and has the year that they are, and they take that big photo. I want you to go even further and make it really special. We want them to realize that, hey, this is a really important time and it's fun. The other idea is that it gets them energized for the morning. Putting on music, getting them moving. We want our children to get energized. Why we want that to happen is because it tells the nervous system that there's no stress. They start to feel like they know where their body starts and stops. They feel like their sensory system's activated as they can see sights and smells and colors, and they can hear different music. And this really allows them to get up into their body and get ready for what's going to happen in this new place and in these new experiences at school. As you can imagine, this releases endorphins and helps those feel-good hormones get released in the body. And it just really gives them a chance to connect to you and really slow down and be in that present moment of celebrating getting back to school. As I'm saying this, I'm aware that each child's individual, right? So we don't want to get them overstimulated where it's hard to get them grounded again, but we want to show them that they're energized and ready to start their day. So when we're thinking about getting back to school, I want you to also consider how are you going to make that impact and model for your child how to meet new people. So as a parent, whether this is in your comfort zone or not, think about how you could set up for just greeting a new person, right? Making sure you're shaking hands with their teacher, their TAs, maybe the principals on campus, maybe there's other staff around. Let those parents and other adults, staff, know who your child is. This secures your child's safety so that people know that you are connected, that there's this crossover between home and school, and it helps your children know that you are really a part of their community at school. For those of you that have those quick drop-offs because of work, let your children know, I emailed your teacher and introduced myself. There are ways to set up time to connect. Now, on that drive to school, for those of you that are already back, if you haven't done that celebration for that first day, it's never too late. You can still celebrate the second day, the third day, the second week of school. But you also can do this in the car. So picking out music that you all like, you might share some new facts that you want to talk about, and you can set an intention. I love this idea. So you're going to be asking your child, what is your intention for today? What would you like to see happen? Would you like to read more books? Would you like to make a new friend? Helping your child see that what they say at the beginning of the day can actually take place is really validating. They know that you're connecting with them, and you get this through line throughout the day where they get to circle back with you. Setting intentions also allows for that positive psychology, really setting the stage of being optimistic. And letting them know that when we have a mindset of believing in ourselves and setting ideas, they actually do work and they come true. You're helping your child focus on something positive versus the stressors and concerns that can come up with going back to school. Now, The other part that we want to talk about is those all too fun routines of packing lunches, making beds, that routine of getting up and getting out of the house. Transitions can be really challenging in the morning. So create an opportunity with your spouse, or if you're, again, individual and you're with your children, have that ability to share that control and set up how we're going to decide who's making breakfast, who's making lunches, how are we setting up our clothes at night, the night before, how are we all getting out the door? Are we going to get out really fast? Are we going to go slow? What song do we want to listen to? Again, this is not to overload you, but it's actually to set the stage so that as the routine sets in, it gets easier. Then that flexibility can come in, and it can be different each time. But at the beginning, we want to be able to have that conversation and share those controls so that you're not expecting something and then being disappointed. You also want to share in these expectations. Oftentimes as parents, we're doing a lot of what we would say if our children were doing it, bossing around, right? We're telling them what to do. Now you have to do this. Now you have to do that. Find a way to join them in the process. Everyone go into the bathroom and brush your teeth, or divide and conquer. Everyone run to your rooms, get your clothes on, and we'll meet back in the middle, see who can get there first. Letting your children know that you're also doing these routines can be really helpful so that they don't feel like they're alone, and they feel like there's that scaffolding and that joining, that sharing of that load, which decreases the stress. This is a great opportunity as well to really applaud your children for the effort they're making, really play with timing. So maybe food eating is more indulgent and slow, and then you're speeding up to get to the bathroom, and then you're slowing down again. So play with timing and really get into the body. Okay, back to school. When you are picking your child up from school, find time to really connect with your body. The child has been with their teacher for whether it's a half day, a couple hours, 4 hours, all the way up to 7.5 hours. So this is a chance it's really hard, and we want to recognize that the child has been really following and listening and experiencing this day with other adults. And now they're back with mom or dad or care provider, right? So by joining with movement, we give an opportunity to kind of have that passing of the torch. When you pick them up from school, you might want to have them transition their bag so they're giving it to you. So you're changing the weight. In the morning when you drop them off, you were passing the bag to them. So they were getting that proprioceptive input and they felt like they had control. And now they're giving it back to you. The other opportunities are to move with them, really acknowledge what they're doing and join in. See if you can make your body posture the same as theirs. See if you can jump and skip and run to your car, holding hands. Again, knowing your child, but really thinking about movement first before words, okay? Doesn't mean you have to be quiet, but it just means to really pay attention to how you're moving together. Also, you might want to model for them your talking. So what did you do during the day? So today, I actually heard your favorite song on the radio, or the funniest thing happened while I was at work today. Get them to hear your modeling of your day, and they'll be excited to tell you about theirs. When in doubt, ask questions and be curious from a place of like, how was your day? That might be fine, that simple answer, but you really want them to answer with some really clear descriptive terms. So you might want to ask them about their friends. You might want to ask them what they saw today, a funniest moment, a happiest moment. Then notice how they'll jump in. And again, play with timing. If they're not answering now, try to circle back once they've been in the car for a little bit. You might want to look at those basic survivals, right? So have they gone to the bathroom? Have they gotten their food? Are they tired and they need some downtime to just decompose, download from the day, just to let out everything that's happening, and then the talking can come out, okay? So remember to model as well that smile, that light step, taking a breath. So we want to play, again, that timing, that rhythm, really getting in sync with this whole back to school. There's so much more to explore, and I hope this is starting to be helpful. And I'm excited that you are probably sitting here saying, oh, I already do that stuff, or oh, I have 15 other things that help as well. Get your mind thinking about how exciting this is of a time in your child's life. And they're only young ones, so we really want to celebrate it. Some things to think about, just those go-to, don't forget them, is start to kind of take note of their sleeping. I'm such an advocate for sleep. So making sure that you're not only thinking about sleep in terms of, are they getting enough hours of sleep? That 8 to 10, we tend to think of 8, but let's go to 10, right? 10 is what we want our children to be doing. For those of you that are thinking about, hey, that's not possible, or maybe they are getting enough, we want to also include the getting to sleep timing. So just because they are getting to falling asleep at a certain time, we want to make sure they have enough time to get there. So really allowing them to be in their bed, to, be able to move in their bed, to take breaths, to relax from their day, to get their books ready. Giving them that time is really important. So, think about their sleep. Definitely contact me for questions about sleep. It is a favorite topic of mine, and every child deserves a really beautiful, restful time. We also want to think about how they're breathing. I love advocating for looking at their breathing through their nose and closing their mouth so that we're having really great oxygen intake and really restful sleep. We want to think about also their dietary needs, so thinking about what they're eating before bed, during the day, their supplements, probiotics. We want to also think about you, parents. This is a time your child's back to school. Are you taking care of yourself? Making sure now, are you doing meditations every day? Even 1 to 2 minutes of just thinking about how you can get your mind and body, your thoughts and your feelings aligned to really take in some positive ideas for this school year. Exercise, playing, hanging out with friends. This is an opportunity to set up some schedules for yourself. Additionally, we want to think about how your child's moving. So at school, there's a lot of opportunity for sitting and attending and how we can increase their attention span. So again, these are opportunities to ask questions. How can my child increase their attention span? How can they feel more connected to their body? We want to think about how they're sitting, how they're breathing, how they're using their fine motor skills in terms of their handwriting. So there's lots of really exciting and fun ways to make sure that at the beginning of the school year, we're really setting them up for success. We want to think about all the different areas of their body, their eyes, their ears, all the way down to their toes. So I hope that this allows you to spark some curiosity and get to know your child's needs and ask questions. Okay? It doesn't mean there has to be something wrong, but this allows some great opportunity for growth and positivity for this school year. I hope you'll connect again and listen to more of my live podcasts. The parent subscription is for you. You get to sign up. You get to ask questions at your own convenience at home, on the go, emailing me specific about your family, becoming a part of a live conversation, meeting other like parents, and getting some really wonderful resources, as well as monthly live calls where we can get to be able to interact. Additionally, my Moving Moments blog gives inspiring stories to learn about how this whole mind-body approach works, as well as please contact me for a consult. Your individual child needs are important, and it doesn't mean it has to be forever. Therapy does not have to be taboo, but really identifying, hey, in this moment, I want some more tailored information about my child and my family. And then I become a check-in place. You come as needed. We set up opportunities for you as parents to be integrating this in the home, and you feel like you've got this support team. I hope you have a wonderful day, a great start to the school year, and I look forward to speaking to you more. Thanks so much. Bye.